Hi there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 2956 of What's You Up To Now. This is a segment where I document my journey. I share what I'm working on. I share my lessons learned. I talk a lot about what I effed up or messed up because I think that I have learned more from the mistakes I've made in my life than I've ever made from the things that went really, really well the first time. And there aren't that many things that go absolutely positively 100% right the first time in our lives. So why I focus on those things and do more of them, but I don't commiserate or dissect them necessarily to figure out why they work. And maybe I should do more of that over the things that didn't work. But every time I make a mistake, every time I trip and fall, every time I lose at something, because we only lose if we quit. So I never lose, not anymore anyway. I keep going until I figure it out. And I believe that everything is figure outable. I can't remember who says that. Some female influencer says everything is figure outable. I can't remember who. Anyway, doesn't matter. It's true. We can figure out anything and everything. We have incredible power within ourselves to figure stuff out and to create the life we want and make our lives work. Well, today we're talking about, of course, financial health and well-being in both of the Supersize challenges, Supersize Your Business, as well as Supersize You. It's the 9th year in a row that I've done a personal development, personal growth type annual challenge. It's only the first year I've done an annual challenge in the Supersize Your Business group. And I've got a community on Skool where I'm sharing that and covering that. And I'm offering this just today. If you would like to be a part of that community and be let in free to the challenge, it's $4.97 for the year right now as an introductory offer because I'm just trying it out in that particular community. I will grandfather you in if you put Supersize in the comments below. All you have to do is ask and I will send you the link. And then when you sign up to join as a freemium member, I will grandfather you into the annual challenge. Now, it's just a Supersize Your Business challenge there right now, but I asked in my Supersize You annual challenge group if they would like me to either set up a separate community for that, for our annual personal challenges, and or if they would like me to create a separate classroom within the Supersize Your Business group to house that challenge. And then I can start sharing the challenge there. So you can start whenever. You can go back and you can find in one easy place all of the challenge days so far. And we're on day 64 today. So if you're just seeing me now for the first time, there are 64 other days worth of Supersize You annual challenge content, as well as daily single actions, as well as 64 days of the Supersize Your Business challenge. So kind of powerful, yeah. Anyway, Supersize in the comments below if you'd like to be a part of that. We talked about today as part of both those challenges, what is a way that we can automate our wealth. And I want to share it here because I think it's that important. It's one of those lessons I had to learn. My dad told me about it and he's reminded me of it and I still didn't do it. And it came back to haunt me when I sold my first 2 businesses because I had not paid myself first. Guess what? If you haven't paid yourself first, there's no way to recoup all the checks you didn't pay yourself, right? You don't get to take 20% off the top and say, oh, I don't have to pay taxes on this because I never cashed my paychecks or I never paid myself first. Now, I will tell you that you can write yourself paychecks, save them in a file, and if you have not cashed them, that is one way to recoup that investment, because to me, it was an investment in those businesses. But like I said, after that, I listened to all my dad's business advice from then on out. Why? Because he had spent decades already being in business and making mistakes that he did not want to see me repeat, which is why I share this segment. I know that there are infinite possible ways to survive and thrive. There are also infinite possible ways to slow ourselves down, set ourselves up, give us more challenges, because the universe loves to test us and see if we're serious about what we say we want to do. And so I learned very early on, build upon the decades of experience he had. Now you can build upon the decades of experience, 5+ that I have, and start and just grow and create the life you want so much faster. So talking about that today, talking about Skool community, working on my Skool community. I am launching, I have not launched yet my tiers. I've had them quietly working in the background, but I haven't launched them for my Skool community. That is going to happen before Sunday. I'd like to commit to a specific date, but I'm doing some things in the classroom to create smaller versions of what we do a 30-day challenge and a 90-day program for people that just come in new as part of launching those tiers. And I've got them all written. I just have to transfer them into the community, and I have a busy life. And so it's like, how do I get the time and energy to do that before I launch? Because I want that done before I put the group out there. The group is already full of so much, or the community is already full of so much information. You could not possibly absorb it all and use it all in your lifetime. So I want to have a clear roadmap and path for people to follow it, depending on where they are in growing and building and scaling their business. Some people, it's really a group for experienced operators, but some people want to create their future now. And one of the fastest, easiest ways to do that is to find people that have already done what you want to do and learn from them. And this is the most economical, best, fastest way to do that. All right. Any questions? If I can help you in any way, all you ever have to do is ask, reach out and ask me. Otherwise, have an awesome day. And of course, with you tomorrow.